Welcome back. Now, I don't like Nick Ferrari. He's a very rude, obnoxious presenter. Yet he's the one from LBC who gets to speak with the government. And being a Tory supporter himself, he normally just gives them an easy ride. He'll tickle their tummies, ask the easy questions, and let them get away with the non-answers. But something might have rattled his cage. Today, one day after the Prime Minister said this,
are you absolutely committed to abolishing the 45p tax rate for the wealthiest people in the country?
Yes. And it is part, Laura, it is part of an overall package of making our tax system simpler and lower. The 45p rate actually raises very little and makes our tax system more complicated. And we need to move away. We need to move away from the idea that everything is about how we redistribute resources.
They've done a U-turn on the top rate of tax. Instead of getting rid of the 45p tax rate for the highest earners, giving them thousands back for nothing, they're now going to keep it. The right-wing media are blaming the media, the Twitter and the lefties, but it's actual fact their own MPs who have voiced they're close to 100 in number and ready to vote against it. This would be a massive embarrassment, more so than the U-turn itself. So here we are with Nick Ferrari, when he actually does push them on some of the issues. I was quite shocked. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Along with the Prime Minister, the best thing to do would simply not proceed with the abolition of the rate.
Whose idea was it in the first place, Chancellor?
I was responsible for the budget.
It was your idea?
I take full responsibility for that.
If you were a financial director in a company, or you were a hedge fund manager, and you made a mistake of this magnitude, you'd be fired.
I don't think that's the case at all. I think people actually have the maturity to learn from things that they haven't gone right.
But you got your sums wrong.
No, well, it's not a question of sums. It's a question of actually listening to people. It's not a question of arithmetic.
Well, how else would you describe that emergency injection of £65 billion from the Bank of England? That's what your mistake cost.
That wasn't.
How embarrassing is it, seeing this is your first mini budget?
Look, you know politics, and we've had lots of reversals, if you like. Marcus Rashford's campaign, all sorts of things. These things happen in politics. And actually, what is big and what we should be focused on is actually listening to people. Because it's very easy to stick our heads in the sand as politicians and say we're just going to carry on regardless.
Any more U-turns? Scrapping the cap on bankers' bonuses? Will that be U-turned, Chancellor?
I've said what I've said about the 45p rate, and I'm totally focused on delivering the growth plan, on delivering the energy intervention, on making sure that the 1p reduction in the basic rate
so no more U-turns.
Continues. And we're totally focused on delivering the growth plan.
I'll ask for a third and final. No more U-turns.
We're totally focused on the growth plan.
Why wouldn't you say no more U-turns?
We're totally focused on...
When will it arrive? When will growth arrive?
I'm not a prophet, but I'm very, very confident that the plan will deliver more growth than the high tax alternative that we had. We were in a situation which was unsustainable. We had 70-year high tax burden, and our growth projections were the worst of the G7.
I'll try again. When? When will that be?
I can't say a specific date or a specific time.
But what are you hoping for? What's your projection?
I'm hoping for a growing economy. I'm hoping for an economy where people can actually invest.
You must have projections. If I do X and Y, it equals Z. You must have an idea when...
I'm not going to sit here and say, on the 3rd of October,
I'm not suggesting that.
I would never do that.
Q3 of next year.
I would never do that. I think what we can do is, I'm absolutely convinced that 2023 will be better for the growth plan than the opposite. If we hadn't had it, we were facing low growth and high taxes, and that was what I wanted to avoid. What we're focused on is the growth plan. We've got a medium-term plan which will set out more spending policies in the near future.
And the growth plan that you still can't tell me when it's going to actually happen?
Well, the growth plan is being implemented now. I can't predict to the hour or to the day when growth will come in this economy.
Last couple of questions. Jake Berry's comments about getting another job, that's tin-eared, isn't it, the party chairman?
I didn't hear what he said about, because I was obviously focused on the growth plan. And
you should earn more money by getting a better job if you're having tough times.
I think we should focus on trying.
You do concur with that group view?
I don't know the context of what Jake said or when he said it.
I've just told you, if you're in trouble, get a better job. Earn more.
But I think what I'm focused on is obviously delivering the growth plan. I'm not going to comment on Jake's comments.
Okay.